My name is Eric Marsh Sr. I'm the manager for WHYY's community engagement work, and I've been here at WHYY just about 3 years now. So NICE stands for the News and Information Community Exchange.
NICE allows WHYY's newsroom to more genuinely connect to the community. So often in media, there's a term called helicoptering, essentially, where a reporter will go report on a story, like there was some sort of tragedy, and that's the only time that that news organization will interact with that community, traditionally underrepresented. And so with the NICE program and what we're doing here in the Community Engagement Department is we want to build authentic and long-standing connections with communities that have been underrepresented by the newsroom, whether it's by location, demographic, and our NICE partners are hyperlocal news facilitators, they're journalists, they're radio hosts, what have you. They know these communities because they live there, they work there, they report from there. So rather than having our people helicopter in, we try to extend a hand and say, you know this neighborhood, you know this demographic. We would love your expertise to be folded into what we do at HYY so that we can more authentically be a part of all Philadelphians' experiences and report on everything, not just the main headline of a big tragedy that comes through. We want to tell stories of joy, of resilience, of perseverance, of triumph, not just the same disappointing, sad stories.
So the reason why NICE exists is twofold. One, NICE is really about connecting WHYY to various communities around the region, communities that are often underserved by traditional mainstream media. So you can think about anything from folks of different cultures or different ethnicities.
Well, we actually, during our working with NICE partners, beside the regular meetings, the regular events we have, with all partners, we joined with some partners to have our event as well. Vote as a culture. That's what we plan to do. That's what we always encourage our audience to take advantage of their new rights. Most of our audience are immigrants who came to new country, and that's why it's important for them to learn how the system in this country, what their rights, what their responsibilities. So, yeah, we hope in the near future we will be involved with NICE.
The thing about NICE is that in order to become a partner in NICE, not only do you have to be a creator of this content, but you have to be respected in your own communities. We are really super proud and excited by the fact that we have such a diverse array of NICE partners, so many different cultures. We have actually 3 different publications in NICE that serve non-English speaking residents. So Friends, Peace, and Sanctuary Journal is an Arab language journal, comes out quarterly. New Mainstream Media is the publisher of both Chinese Metro Weekly and Viet Metro Weekly. We also have Fun Times Magazine, who serves the African diaspora. Well, with NICE, some of the things that we're building towards is that we're going to be doing more co-reporting between the NICE partners and WHYY's newsroom. So we've actually successfully had one story already reported by Saj Purple Blackwell, who is the founder of PQ Radio 1. She did a gun violence prevention story with our own Sammy Kaola, who's our gun violence reporter, about the work that mosques are doing here in the city to end gun violence.
I truly believe that more people should get involved with NICE from other counties, or of course surrounding Philadelphia, in Philadelphia, because there are so many other stories to be told out there in community. There are so many people with so many different diverse backgrounds that have stories to be lifted and have stories to share, good and bad. So I think that more people that get involved with NICE, the broader the story of NICE can be, the more we can tap into. We have already tapped into such a vast amount of different communities, and it's always ever changing. in this melting pot that we have here in Philadelphia and abroad.
And so we're going to take that example of the work that she's done and build that out into the next year and make more opportunities for N.I.C.E partners to continue to co-report. In addition to N.I.C.E, we also have many other events through our community conversation series and an initiative known as Bridging Blocks. Our Bridging Blocks initiative is funded through a grant from the Sutherland. And what that does is that brings people together around controversial topics. So you can think of anything that's somewhat volatile, so everything from abortion access to parking in the city of Philadelphia. We've seen folks who are willing to travel from one location where we have a conversation in Germantown. We'll see them the next month in South Philadelphia at the next conversation. And so what that means is that people are really invested in these conversations, and they really feel like there's something of value that they're getting out of the work that we do at community engagement here at WHYY.
My name is Amir Richardson. I'm the Community Conversations Convener for WHYY, and I'm the lead organizer of Bridging Blocks, which is a civic dialogue initiative between WHYY, the Free Library. We convene politically and culturally diverse households. In fact, we do an event every month. We want to make people sharing ideas, and specifically opposing ideas, a norm. We want people to be able to disagree without being disagreeable. We want it to be a part of the cultural tapestry, like pretzels, water ice, cheesesteaks. We want it to be something that Philadelphia and Philadelphians are known for.
My name is Malkia Okech. I'm a volunteer at the Paul Robeson House. Amir had reached out and said he was doing these conversations about histories and futures in Philadelphia, and I'm extremely passionate about democratizing that conversation and trying to really get as many people involved as possible around what is our collective history and how do we preserve it, which is especially important now that we have issues like gentrification that are threatening places like this. So for this home to be owned and maintained as a historical and community center is extremely important for the story of Black people in Philadelphia as a whole.
The processes to be able to unlock the value that history would bring to redevelop their own home.
The mission is for people to tell their stories. It's not always through the large institutions, the large corporations, the large big government. Sometimes it's peer-to-peer, neighbor-to-neighbor, community member to community member. We sit, we talk, we discuss things, we share ideas, especially and even more so if you disagree. You know, you find out why they feel that way, what story is behind that position that they take. You learn about that story, you learn about that person, you learn about that person, you build empathy, you build solidarity, all that stuff.
I think the legacy of how this house has been conserved and maintained and built up as a community center is also extremely important. I think we're on the precipice of being an extremely important and leading cultural institution in both Philadelphia and I think the United States as a whole. I mean, speaking to Paul Robeson's legacy of being this world-renowned superstar activist, Paul Robeson House has the opportunity to also lead the way as a cultural institution. We have a lot of public programs, and we'll be picking up again in the fall. So definitely follow Paul Robeson House on social media.
Preservation is not the people I'm worried about, because I've never met a more inclusive bunch of people who know that everyone's story is important and powerful.
You know, some people feel like tear it all down. Some people say, no, preserve it. There's things here that we can actually build a strong community off of. And I'm in the middle of that. I'm figuring that out. I don't have an answer. I think and I believe that everything is an ongoing conversation. The moment you remain static in a position, you're kind of having an incomplete discussion. A lot of the work that I do personally is just to humanize every story that I come across. You know, to make it more than just politics.
Everyone, and importantly underrepresented communities, deserve a voice and a place to share it, which is why today we're talking about Uptown Radio. They're a local volunteer Philadelphia radio station that used to be a bookstore and keeps the legacy of media and the arts alive in the area. They named themselves after the long great Uptown Theater and were founded by the late Linda Richardson. They've partnered with N.I.C.E, the News and Information Community Exchange, to spread the word to not just North Philadelphia, but to the entire city. Little by little, they were making progress in bringing back the Uptown Theater, which not only meant so much to the culture of Philly, but in art as a whole. And every day, they made good on their mission to spread news, spread awareness, and spread change to the residents of North Philly. This was Uptown Radio.
Beginning, I was a part of the group of folks that started conceptualizing the theater around 2016, and our official launch was, I believe, 2017.
We're a talk education radio station, so depending on the show, there's a lot of different topics. Senator Sharif Street had a community baby shower. N.I.C.E is News and Information Community Exchange. We talk about what's going on in the city, how we're reporting about the city, and we're teaching one another our different methods, ways of being, educating each other and working together to give the best news we could possibly give out to the city.
I think the reason why people should know about N.I.C.E is because, one, it's really innovative. So in the news industry, anyone you talk to that's a traditional journalist, they will tell you that objectivity is the goal, right? You want to be separate from the people that you cover. But we've seen over the years how mainstream news outlets have been harmful to communities, and specifically communities of color, disenfranchised communities, and folks that are not part of the mainstream. Why it's important that people know about N.I.C.E and learn about it is, one, to show the innovation our newsroom is doing to really try to build healthy relationships with community members that aren't transactional, and again, to use the phrase mutually beneficial, that actually helps both sides. The other reason why people should know about N.I.C.E is because people have their own platforms. Like, we have cell phones, we have YouTube, we have Twitter, we have ways of creating content in the palm of our hands. And there are many people out here in our communities and neighborhoods who do that for the benefit of their neighbors, right? They feel like they're sharing information that's important to know, that can impact somebody's life, actually save a life, or just connect you to resources that you need. And so if you're doing that, it's important that you reach out to us, because we want to know and we want to support your growth if you're a local creator working in those ways. So it's important for everybody to know.